Hello, this is Photography Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Pray for the Gods. The game's out on PlayStation, Xbox and PC. Pray for the Gods is an action-adventure survival game developed by No Matter Studios. The game sees you stranded in a frozen landscape as you must survive, craft and hunt down large gods. Okay, gameplay. So you start the game with nothing to your name, but you'll soon find the likes of a grappling hook, a sheet that allows you to glide, or a variety of weapons from swords or bows. Now, depending on the difficulty setting that you choose, these items can break or degrade over time. In this case, you've got to repair them or even recraft them. You'll need to scavenge for items, chop down trees or hunt wild animals to obtain hide, which in turn can be used to upgrade your loadout. You've got to consume food, special items and deal with exhaustion and temperature too, so having plenty of firewood becomes a necessity. So all in all, the survival difficulty is a challenge, but for the most part, the only time you'll die will be when facing off against the gods. And these gods are the main focus of the adventure. You've got to track them down. They're these very large creatures. They're located in different parts of the map that you've got to kind of navigate your way to, and they can be truly spectacular. Each boss is slightly different and it requires a slightly varied approach or a different method to obtain where the weak spot is. You'll be climbing on their hair, holding on for dear life and hoping your stamina lasts out before you get thrown to your death from a great height. Anyone who enjoyed Shadow of the Colossus, I would say, will feel right at home as they take on these giant foes. Sadly though, the general day-to-day combat is not up to that standard. Fighting these random minions throughout the map, that will leave you craving the boss fights because the general combat is pretty dire. In terms of the game world, it's vast, relatively empty as well, albeit one that does have a nice element in terms of exploration, you know, because you can climb and you can glide. And the grappling hook also is a fantastic element that just lets you get around very quickly. You know, there's secret passages to find, multiple routes, secret items, and it's quite an adventure. Now, I played the game on hard with the survival setting activated. For me, this was the best way of playing because it's the most rewarding. Because if you play it on easy, it's a little bit too of a breeze. Visually, the game pretty smooth for the most part with nice looking environments, and the stuff you're seeing is from the PC version on the max settings. The game does feature a photo mode too. It's got a nice array of settings there if you want to take a picture. Sound good as well, very nice orchestral music that does add a sense of drama to it, also good ambient sounds for the atmosphere. Okay, good and bad points. What's good? The game world is vast and enjoyable to traverse, boss fights are interesting, varied and epic, it's got a good visual presentation, the musical score is very good, and it's quite relaxed and tense depending on what you're doing. Bad points, the survival elements will not appeal to everybody, the game world can feel a little bit too empty, and the general combat with regular enemies is, shocking really. Okay, verdict. Pray for the Gods is a valiant attempt at recreating the awe-inspiring experience of games like Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, with the additional feature of survival and general combat thrown in. It doesn't quite live up to those classics, but it's definitely an indie game that's well worth your time, and for fans of Colossus in particular, you should definitely consider it. I enjoyed it for the most part. The boss fights I'd say were very epic, the world was interesting to explore, and it's got a nice atmosphere and a kind of interesting underlying narrative. So it's one I'd recommend. It's not a classic, but it's not like a low-end recommendation. I'd probably scoring, I don't know, Pray for the Gods, I'd give it a 7.5. It's a good solid Colossus type game. Okay, there you go, that's the review. Thanks for watching. This is PG signing off. Cheers.